This here is from the New York Post. Diddy Combs accused of drugging personal trainer, passing his body around like a party favor from October 23rd, 2024. Let's see what they got. And I gotta say, first off, obviously men can be victims, but I'm not exactly sure what you can do to one as far as passing their body around. Anyway, let's see what we got. A personal trainer has accused Diddy Combs in a new lawsuit of spiking his drink and then passing his drug body around like a party favor at a celeb-filled award show after party at his Los Angeles mansion. Okay, I stand corrected. I guess a man can be essayed in another place, but I will say, I'm not saying I don't believe it necessarily because we've heard this over and over about the spiked drinks. So generally, when you hear something consistent across the board, it leans towards it being true. And again, this has to play out in court. We have to hear Diddy's side. I don't know. Did he have people sign an NDA before the party that said in fine print they might be doing things like this? That doesn't make it right. But legally, if they're adults, maybe. So my point is, got to hear him out. But overall, yeah, it doesn't look good. If I had to bet, I'd bet that he did this stuff. Or at least most of it. There's going to be some exaggerations and people looking for a quick buck in the mix of the real ones, sure. The alleged victim, identified only as John Doe, claims he was repeatedly not safe for work assaulted by men and women at the disgraced music mogul's party in June 2022, including an unnamed celebrity on whom he was forced to perform oral sex, the court papers state. Okay, yeah, all right, I guess, look, sure. If you've got someone like a gunpoint, like I think they did at times, you could make a man do things. Yeah, all right, all right. In this situation, sure, I guess I backtrack a little bit. But what I meant was, it's a little bit different than a woman. A famous person only identified as Celebrity A then spit in the trainer's mouth, the filing alleges. Okay, yeah, that's pretty bad. That's abusive, sure, sure. While in and out of consciousness, individuals at the party forced plaintiff into sexual acts with both men and women. Plaintiff's physical disposition made it impossible for him to reject their advances or otherwise control his body, said the suit, filed in Manhattan earlier this week. The individuals, including Combs, essentially passed plaintiff's drug body around like a party favor for their sexual enjoyment. Okay, I guess what I'm alluding to, and I guess I have to say it once, is like you can't force a man to actually get aroused, is what I'm saying. If that makes sense. That's the difference, right? But yeah, in this context, if you're just like spitting on him and having him give oral sex to people, if it's a real forced thing physically like that, all right, yeah, obviously that's being victimized. And I will say this, in a way, it's bad for everybody to have to come out, but I think it's especially embarrassing for a man. Like, as a man, you couldn't defend yourself against it or something like that. Women aren't expected to be defensive against someone stronger in general. So I think it's even a little bit more humiliating for a man. That's my personal take on it. There's no real way to know, but, logically, seems like that'd be the case. And they say he was invited to the event by a fashion designer who Combs was impressed with. He was picked up in a black Lincoln and driven to Combs' Hollywood mansion, where he was made to sign an NDA and forced to drink a drink that looked like tequila and soda mixed with cranberry juice. That's what I said. I didn't read this. What I'm thinking is, look, if Diddy's smart as far as not wanting to get caught or something like that, you have them sign an NDA. You make it pretty long, make it like 3 or 4 pages, make the print small, and at the very end or mixed in the middle somehow, you say you might have to perform sexual acts. Please sign this. You can't talk about it. Now, if you're underage, no matter what you sign, it's a no-go. That's it. If you're of an adult age and you sign an NDA, well, that might actually float somehow legally in court. I'm not sure, but I was thinking that all along. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying, hey, it's your fault for not reading this fine print, and people might not understand it, but legally, it might. In court, float. In court, you could say, you were supposed to read it, it's right there in print, this is what we're doing, you signed it, and, you You can't just say, I was too lazy to read it. I was in a rush. I get it as a person. Pretty much 99% of people sign things without reading the full thing, but I'm not sure that's actually an excuse legally. They say he was ushered into dimly lit rooms with several well known figures who were engaging in group, not safe for work activities. I just want to see these names already, gotta be honest. He then started to feel disorientated, dizzy, and weak, he alleges. They say his pants were removed and people performed oral, not safe for work acts on him. Yeah, alright, pretty bad. I guess, yeah, this counts as, that worst thing. They say obviously he was in a haze and he was unable to control or understand what was happening around him. Alright, now I understand. Yeah, sounds a little bit crazy, creepy, and cringy. And they say he blacked out at some point. And that's about it as far as juicy details we need. I gotta just reiterate, if I had to guess, some of these, if not most, are true, but there will be some people who were there and they're saying, you know what, this could be easy money for me. Let me tell my story, exaggerate a little bit, and there we go. So I think the real trick here is going to be finding the truthful ones and the ones who are being exploitive of the situation. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments. If you're not subscribed here, consider it. If you don't, I'll be sad, but I'll get over it. See you next time.